Hello there, Hazmy here with a special Babylon's Fall video tonight. Yesterday, several Japanese content creators were collaborating with PlayStation in their PlayPlayPlay event to showcase gameplay from Babylon's Fall. One of the levels they played was an early boss fight, and it made me excited for the release as I found it super fun even just watching. For those who would like to avoid spoilers, make a decision if you would like to see it, but I think it's an early boss so it shouldn't be too serious. Also, before we dive into it, keep in mind this is pre-release footage and the developer in the video specifically stated that the fight was tuned for this media event to be weaker, so the numbers and damage you will see does not represent the actual numbers we will have. This footage is available thanks to a Japanese content creator, Hira, so check their channel out everyone, and thank you very much. You will find the link in the video's description. So, I assume the boss they decided to choose in the PlayPlayPlay event is one of the earlier ones, and he looks amazing. He is basically a giant armored Hulk using crystal and spirit sword attacks against the player group, and his moveset just looks fantastic. Immediately, what I love about the boss are the animations and that they have impact and they're beautiful. Each of its attacks seem to create crystal formations across the battlefield that look amazing. And they also have high HP and they block the player, so they are a gameplay element. After some time, he can also smash with an attack that forces all remaining crystals in the battlefield to explode in a giant AoE circle, damaging players around them. This mechanic particularly excited me as it seems he has a move to trap a player with crystals that the whole team has to help demolish, or the trapped player will explode along with the crystals. I don't think you can jump over them, and from the look of it, they have quite a lot of health, so you might have to play together. And the reason this is exciting is exactly that it incentivizes team play and strategy with other players, and makes me very optimistic about future difficult content for the game. They're creative and they seem to want to create fights that challenge teams and are not just sponges with high health. You can see the boss's health on top of the screen, and normally it looks like we can only do chip damage to him, but you can see in this video that there are parts where the team is doing quite well, and they force the Armored Hulk on its knees and go all out with damage. This makes me think there will be a boss fatigue system, similarly like Granblue Fantasy or the recent Final Fantasy VII Remake, where the bosses get its stun gauge filled, and during the stun period you will be able to do most damage during the fight. Probably like a 200 or 300% multiplier, and you will have to save all your burst and your most damaging abilities or your spirit bar for this phase. Another phase of the battle seems to be a DPS race. Very exciting to see again a different strategic phase in the same battle. He pushes the players to the edges of the arena and summons a giant crystal in the middle, barred away by multiple layers of different crystal walls. Now the players have to fight their way through the obstacles and do a DPS race against the crystal. If they fail, the crystal explodes, dealing massive damage to everyone. And since this is a special down-tuned media version, as I said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if failing to destroy the crystal would mean an actual group wipe even. This mechanic is also just fun, as depending on where the players are located after they are swept away by the wind, it forces team play to help each other through the crystal walls so that everyone can contribute to attacking the middle crystal in time. So even more team play. Another one of his moveset that interested me is his weapon attachment similar to the player's Gideon coffin, his crystal swords in his back. He can stomp his main greatsword in the battlefield, followed by his spirit swords unleashing energy waves into multiple directions for us to dodge. This is not very special in itself, but the fun part is that he can mix all his attacks together in the battle. From the looks of it, especially when his health gets lower, he starts to mix these together much more. So dodging crystal explosions, finding your way to the middle, dodging the spirit waves, and managing to destroy the main crystal in the middle can get quite exciting and stressful, so I honestly can't wait to try this out myself.
あ、来た。あら、来ました。あ、そこ空いてる。 急がないと。
壊せ
次は成功しないとあかん。
壊せ
壊せ、急げ。
いけそう。
頑張れ。よかった。
ダウン取りました。ダウン取りました。
ダウン来た、上に来た。
Overall, this fight makes me very optimistic and makes me wonder if raids are going to be big bosses, similarly like in Final Fantasy XIV, where your team is up against a giant boss with fancy mechanics and abilities forcing a dance-like spectacular battle, because this fight sure as hell looks like one. Hopefully, there's going to be quite a few bosses at the game's release, and I want to see difficult and challenging battles that really make use of these mechanics that we saw and create very exciting challenges. For now, this is a tuned-down battle. I personally hope that at higher levels in the actual game or challenging chapters, the numbers will be more on the unforgiving side, or maybe there will be difficulty levels would be nice as well, so that dodging and tactics will really matter on this fight and keep us focused rather than just create a health sponge and damage focused game where it's all about killing bosses as fast as possible without any sense of danger. I personally always enjoyed it more in action RPGs if fights remain dangerous. So here's a boss fight from Babylon's Fall. Let me know what you thought about it, liked it or disliked it, and let me know your opinion in the comment section. I personally loved it and can't wait for more. For more Babylon's Fall content, you can subscribe to the channel as I will be covering the game, and I also have some more videos planned before launch to help you all prepare for it. Thank you for watching everyone, and I'll see you the next time.